Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Tyler. We do a lot of DIY projects around our house, but the one area we've really just kind of neglected is our garage.
Since we're stuck at home during the pandemic, we decided to take the opportunity to whip our garage into shape.
Part of fixing up the garage was adding something that's near and dear to our hearts.
That's right, we love plants. And Chip appreciates them too.
So much so that since we moved in, we've collected over 100 plants and a lot of gardening supplies to go with it. We need to build a legitimate planting station if I'm gonna keep buying plants for the house that Zach has to repot. Right now, it all kind of sits on top of the tool bench. So if we had a separate spot that was solely for pots and plants and stuff, that would be great.
Yeah, so ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll start the build by measuring and marking our 4x4 and 2x4 wood boards that we'll be using to frame the planting station. Then it's time to make the cuts. We cut the 4x4s to be 38 inches so the bench is around waist high. And we cut the 2x4s to be 52 inches long. We use pocket holes as a seamless way to attach our frame pieces together so that you don't see the screws. Pocket holes require a lot of drilling, but they pay off in the end to make the structure extremely sturdy without showing any screws.
And with Chip cheering him on, Zach's pocket holes really start to pile up. Then we line up the pieces and drill in the screws. After the frame is screwed together, it's time to flip it. And now we can move from pocket holes, right?
Haha, no.
Okay, fine. I'll add the bracing for the bottom shelf first, and then some extra bracing on the top for the hatch door. After the frame is finished, we need to measure out the boards that will become the work surface. By choosing wide 2x6 boards, it doesn't take a lot to cover the top.
Now, we're gonna start working on my favorite part, the soil recapture system. It consists of a hatch door that opens to allow soil to fall through down into the box below.
To create the hole for the door, we need to cut out a notch. Here's a special trick I learned from my dad. I'll push the circular saw straight into the wood from a tilted position, and then finish the job with the jigsaw.
Now that we have the door cut out, we screw our 6-inch boards to the top of the frame. For the door, we cut pieces of 2x6 and connect them with two 1x2s. And make sure that the lines in the door line up with the boards on the tabletop. Every door needs a hinge, so we drill 2 hinges in. We're gonna use a spade bit to drill a hole in the hatch door. That way we can grip it easier to open it up. Ta-da!
Okay, Zach, I know what you want to do now. Cut more notches.
I do not want to do that.
We're cutting notches in 2x12s. They'll become the bottom shelves. Let's double team this to speed things up.
I think you could say we're really stepping it up a notch.
Wow. And look, they fit right in, hugging the 4x4 legs. Just a few more screws and we're ready to get this thing smooth. That's right, it's sander time.
Tyler takes a few passes with the orbital sander, and before long, we're ready for staining. We'll use a stain brush to apply with the grain and wipe off the stain with a rag.
I'm going to stain the base.
And I'm going to stain these boards, which will become the shelves.
These 2x10 boards are the same width as the planting station, and they'll become shelves. We use the same finish as our workbench, so everything in the garage will match.
While the stain dries, we'll hang the brackets for our shelves. We screw our screws into the wall studs and now our shelf brackets, making sure they're level. We've got 3 shelves, so we put 3 pairs of brackets on the wall.
Once the stain is dry, we'll mount the shelves. And 18 screws later, take a look at our planting station. It's almost finished.
But we can't forget my favorite part. We put the metal grate in our hatch so that we don't lose anything important. Okay, it's done. Except for one last step, actually. Plants!
We decorate our new garden station and add supplies so we can get to work. Even add a few hooks to hold some of our larger items.
We decide to break in our soil recapture system, which makes repotting a plant a breeze and saves the mess.
Even Chip likes it. That must mean we're done.
So, that garden station really turned out great.
Yeah, between that, the painted walls, and the tool bench, we have really turned this garage around. I can't wait to get started on our next project.
Speaking of projects, I gotta get started potting all those plants you bought for us last weekend.
Well, you probably should get busy doing that. Thanks for joining us for this Cobalt stay-at-home build. Bye.